it's time for some hostile therapy.
All right, welcome to another episode of Hostile.
Hey.
The host returning Thursday with Big Red, the drink of the 90s, everybody's taste of choice, Chris Styles.
Right here.
Kriston.
Coming representing CB4, another style from the 90s with the braids. And we got a newcomer coming on this one. I'm going to let him introduce himself. We just signed up to a multi-deal contract, $150 million for 5 years. Him and LeBron James are going to join. LeBron's going to join a little later.
R.I.P. my boy Kobe. But yes, hey, how is everybody doing? My name is Lord Trent, aka the Fade Villain, aka the One Trail True God. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm hostile and I need therapy. So
it's a perfect place.
Makes sense, you know.
Perfect place to be.
Where can we find you? Where can we find your stuff at, man?
Oh, you can find me all over the place. I am a Twitter goblin. You can find me at Fayetteville T. You can find me on Instagram at Fayetteville T. You can follow my nerdy ass on TikTok, where you can find all things nerdy, all things black, and all things hip hop, real hip hop at the Fayetteville. You can also check out my podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, and Anchor, the Fayetteville. All one banner. That's branding.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ready to get into the show tonight, guys?
Get into it.
All right, let's see what we're gonna get in for first. First thing, we got a story. Not much of a story, it's more so reactions from people talking about the Roe versus Wade response. More of the people who are against the taking away of the abortion rights or pro-choice rights. I'm gonna play a video. Let's see. Let me set this up. Let me get the video, and we're going to do the Leave It or Medicated segment. We're going to see, what do you think we should do about this? Do you think they're going too far with their reactions? If you do, then you're going to medicate it. If you think they're fine with how they're reacting to the overturn of Roe versus Wade, then you're going to leave it as is. But let me play the video first. And Alexa, I told her the good news earlier. And Chris, you got a full minute this time. It's not 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You don't know what you do with yourselves, huh? So let's see. Here we go.
TikTok, do you ever wake up in the morning and think you just want to burn it all to the ground? And what I mean by burning it all to the ground is those old white men and the women who support them who want to tell me what to do with my body.
You think the global protests around George Floyd were big? You just wait when you launch an attack on 50% of the American population.
There's only one solution to this, to all of this, because it's all interconnected. Starts with V, ends with E, and it's not vote.
If Roe versus Wade gets overturned, there will be mayhem in these streets.
If they actually do this, yeah, that would be the time where rioting would be okay. I got the pitchforks, you get the gas and the torches. Let's do that. Because you're not forcing. No.
You know what? I'll just go ahead and say it. If Roe v. Wade gets overturned, I am getting a vasectomy. Yeah, that's right. I'll protest and get a vasectomy.
This is a way to keep the population going so that they can have workers and keep making the rich rich.
Anti-abortion, anti-trans, and anti-LGBT laws are inseparable from one another and all represent an attack designed to enforce a gender hierarchy. The whole point is to reduce our genders and sexualities to the biological role of reproduction and to use that to control our bodies.
For everyone out there with uterus, get on Amazon, Buy Plan B generic. It's about $10. Stock up for any of your friends, family, any person with uterus that may need it in the near future.
Go ahead. My name is Hayden Lay. I'm an organizer with the Progressive Anti-Abortion Uprising, and I'm the president of the South Carolina chapter of Democrats for Life of America. And we came out here to the Supreme Court today, what could be the end to abortion in America, what could be the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and an end to one of the greatest human rights violations in America.
Okay. And are you an LGBT Democrat that's
Yes, sir.
pro-life?
So I'm a member of the LGBTQ community. I am a member of the Democratic Party. I am active with the Democratic Party back in South Carolina. And, you know, in being a Democrat, I became a Democrat after Trump won the 2016 primary. And in being a Democrat and being a part of the party that's supposed to stand up for human rights and stand up for life, fight for immigrants, fight for black lives, and fight for all these human rights, you know, but we fail on one of the greatest issues, and that is abortion. That has led to the deaths of 63 million preborn children just since Roe v. Wade.
Okay. And what is your message to people out here on the other side, the pro-abortion side? What do you want to tell them?
You know, we're not extremists. We want preborn children to have equal rights, and not just preborn children. We want to make sure that mothers have the resources that they need in a post-Roe America, and we want to ensure equal rights from womb to tomb.
All right, and that is the end of that one. So we're going to do a full minute to get your initial premise out for what you think about how these people are responding to the overturning of Roe versus Wade. And with that, Chris, we will start with you first. First answer, do you want to leave it or medicate it?
Or medicate it.
I'm going to medicate it, bro.
All right, tell us why.
Well, you know, personally, the reason why I think it should be medicated is because, again, the government has a hand in too much. They're overstepping their boundaries to some degree, even just based on a normal constitution. You know, they are slowly but surely choking the life out of the Constitution. Two, I do understand that there are certain populations of women and men who are responsible with bringing life into the world. There's others who, you know, who wing it. And, you know, they're just taking chances on, you know, okay, well, if I have unprotected sex or irresponsible sex, you know, I'm gonna still get an abortion and we good. We ain't got to worry about bringing a child into the world, or we ain't got to worry about anything else. So it's I just feel that they shouldn't be stepping on people's boundaries the way that they are, but I do understand there need to be some type of control.
Okay. All right, Lexa, I'm gonna let you go next on that. Do you want to leave it or medicate it?
Just to clarify, you talking about the protest itself?
I was talking more so the response of them wanting to be violent, extreme with it, go up and burn pitchforks and torches and stuff like that. How they're responding to it.
As long as they don't touch my property.
I'm gonna leave it.
Okay, tell us why.
Leave it. Well, you know, I enjoy a little apocalyptic scene every now and then. No, I'm just joking. No, no. The truth is, this is like to me, it's like the scenario where you keep telling the kid to put a coat on before you go outside, put a coat on. And then it comes a point where you just like, you know what, you need to let them experience a cold. You need to let them get stuffed up, coughing, not feeling like going outside to play, because sometimes that's the only way they will really, really listen. And so I feel like as a society, it's time for that code. Now, and that's on both sides, on the lawmakers and the protesters who are, some of them probably never voted before, some of them probably never paid attention, you know, and I'm not going to say I'm the most patriotic person either. So, you know, I'm just saying we have to wake up before it gets that far. So
it's too late.
All right, Lord Trent, what you want to do with it, man? You want to leave it or medicate it?
Honestly, I think I'm going to leave it as well.
Okay, tell us why.
I feel like as a nation, this country has a problem with control. They're always trying to control. I mean, so stereotypical to say they're always trying to control what we do, what we eat, what we see, what we consume on a media level, on a social media level. But the fact that they're really stepping in and trying to tell women what they can, that if you've looked at the pictures of all the people that voted to pass that law and to overturn Roe v. Wade, it's a room full of old white men. Like they shouldn't have any say so in what goes on with the body of a woman. And at what point do we stop and think about the Constitution? It's kind of like the Bible at a certain point where we just pick and choose these certain things that we want from it to apply when we want it to apply. And just like they saw with January 6th, when people get upset, they get upset. And sometimes you have to let things burn down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with that being said, I am going to medicate it. The reason I'm medicated is like there's probably every law that's probably passed in this country controls you at some point. It controls the way you drive, it controls the guns you have, controls if you can go probably to certain places without having certain shots or whatever. So every kind of law that there's out there that controls you at some point. The only thing with this is they just left it up to the states to solve it. This is no longer a thing where every state can have it. Now, all states have to individualize it and come up with a plan of whether they're going to have it legalized or not. So that just means people are going to have to go out there and vote and actually learn about what their local politician thinks about abortion or not. Some of these people out here in the video probably ain't got to worry about abortion anyway because some of
them ain't getting nothing anyway.
Yeah, they ain't getting nothing anyway. So they protesting over nothing. I'm fearful more people that say they're using pitchforks and tiki torches because I'm worried about those the ones that are against black people, period.
And some of y'all don't need to be parents. Let's talk about that. Like, some people don't need to be parents.
That's why they need to be responsible. Strap up.
Yes, this is very pro safe sex also.
Yeah, I agree. You shouldn't use abortion as birth control because not only is that harmful to your body, a lot of times it's tax dollars going to pay for all them abortions because they're usually on, some kind of program that covers it. And so, I know of a couple of people growing up that never thought about getting on birth control. They just knew they got everlasting abortions. And, I don't agree with that either because it's like...
Psychologically and emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that's breaking you down at some point where, it's going to catch up to you if you ain't dealing with it at that point in time. There's definitely going to catch up with you and hit you in the head.
It's a dead body in you.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm gonna have a little of a pushback is why every time we come up with this subject, it's always thought of as just the men that are doing this. Now I know the majority of men are probably in government and run, Senate, governors, whatever stuff like that. But there are some women out there, and I'm not even talking about just the women who are in government. I'm just talking about regular general civilians that are women that are against abortion too. But it's usually seen as well. It's just the guys who want to control. There are women that don't want to be pro-choice either. They're pro-life. But just to give an example, the governor in Alabama who has one of the most strictest abortion laws out there. I think it's 6 weeks they only give you until you can get an abortion. And then they can lock you up if someone finds out you have one.
And that's sad because, bro, it's sad because sometimes some women might not know for a month.
Right.
By the time they catch up to it, oops.
Yeah, they could just be late. That
happens. 5.
And so they're going to force you to not do something that you wasn't prepared for.
Yeah,
which is
pretty much.
God.
It no longer becomes your choice; it becomes pro-life.
And I really feel bad and sorry for the ones like I just know that there was a situation where they talked about the young girl who was 10 years old that got raped by the guy in Ohio that they caught up with and arrested him, but they her people took her out of town to get an abortion, and now they trying to press charges against the doctor who perform the abortion and all this other kind of stuff. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
pretty sure
ridiculous.
it is. It's ridiculous because it's not even consensual. Like, I got with this dude. I really love
Yeah,
them. We
aren't
love
we
each
always
other.
trying to protect children? Like,
Right. That's a child. Protect
That's a
them.
child.
Don't destroy their life, possibly their body, because some girls, they can't carry full term, or it can give them health issues.
Health problems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
like,
yeah.
has a 10-year-old
So, yeah.
even become has a 10-year-old? That's still preteen. That's still pre-adolescent. Like,
Yeah, you ain't even got teen at the end of your name.
yeah, I'm saying, like,
Yeah, that's just
She's not even fully developed.
you still have a bedtime, very much so. Like,
Well, waiting to bed, so having night terrors.
to me, that's overkill. And now you want riots.
Yeah.
Now you begging for riots when you do shit like that.
But see,
like, where is? Oh, I'm sorry.
Exceptions. I can understand exceptions because we talked about this the other week. I don't think everybody is so stringent just saying they are pro-life and pro-choice. I think if you were to say, okay, I'm pro-life, and but somebody got raped or somebody is in the situation where we're just talking about now, and they were like, okay, if that's the case, then I can see exception to that. Or somebody's pro-choice, would you have an abortion at 8 months? Whereas it is, because a lot of times the argument is the baby viable outside the mother's womb? Well, there have been updates in technology where you can have a baby viable outside the womb up to 24 months. Is that if with the change of technology, if you could lower that down to even lower to 12 weeks or 16 weeks, is all of a sudden now the life important because the technology changed? Or is it actually a life regardless of viability?
Right.
Because technology is better. It used to be you had to almost go full term. Maybe 7 months, 8 months, you could actually use that to have the baby. But now technology has gotten so better. When is viability actually hitting the mark here? So is anyone really just fully on pro-life or pro-choice?
Sometimes I think that motherfuckers is just have something to say just to be popular, or have something to say just because they can say it. But either way, it ain't affecting them one way or the other because they not even engaged in any of this stuff. It's just again, everybody has an opinion, they have feelings, they have a thought, and like I say, and it's okay. But it's just crazy, bro. Like, brothers and sisters, it's crazy out here right now.
It is.
But if we're going to do that with that law, are we going to have to do that with everything else? If we're going to say, well, it's your personal choice to do whatever you want, but we offer it, it's not illegal. Let's say guns or anything out there. And we say, okay, you're free. We'll offer it. You're free to do whatever you want. Since we're doing this with abortion, can we do that with everything else? Because we can go with any law if that's the case.
Right.
And for the most part, most laws are created by state. They're not universal around the country. Again, it hasn't been taken away from every state, but there are some considerations in some states where somebody's going to have to drive to another state to get that done, to get an abortion done. And yeah, that's I guess that's a tragedy in itself. And I think we talked about it last week that even if they found out, some are getting stringent with it too. Even if they found out you took a plan B in some states, you can still get arrested.
That's
because most abortions are done by medicinal ways anyway. It's not where it's like the 80s where people had to go into a building and get it done. Most of them are done medicinally anyway. So it'd be pretty hard for people to find out if you had an abortion.
It's just going to open up another underground channel for, new drug pushers who can get an abortion pill, because they got the Plan B pill, but they also have abortion pills.
I mean, with that being said, I'm sorry to cut you, but with that being said, there are certain, like, everybody has seen infomercials late at night where they play ads for, certain medications and pills. When you hear the finer notes, they definitely say, if you are a woman that is pregnant, do not take this or your baby will die. So there's still ways you can get, right. Somebody could cut that up mix it with some stuff, and yeah, like to add on to what you're saying, it's possible. It's possible.
It's
I'm
just going to
thinking
make
about it. Is
people.
what
It's
I'm
just
saying.
going to make people go around it. Listen, come on now. When you tell a child not to touch the cookies, what the hell you think they're going to do? It's just going to empower people more, especially people that feel strongly about it. It's going to empower them more. Like, you're not going to tell me what to do with my body, especially people who know that the government don't give a damn about that baby after it's born. Like people who grew up in poverty, people who grew up, struggling or in the hood, and they know how hard it is when they seen their family struggle, with the couple of siblings they had, or a lot of siblings, whatever. My point is, anybody who knows what it is to really struggle, and you tell them that they have to bring a whole child into this world, whether it was 1 month or 5 months, that's going to empower them to say, F you, government. because I've been homeless. I've been,
the same thing though what they did with people who do drugs. Now, it's their body; they have full autonomy to do it, but they got laws against that though. And they got jail time for that, prison time for that, long sentences. But it's illegal though.
But you know what? And since you just brought that up, how about Hunter Biden?
Good segue.
All these videos. Yeah, good segue, right? So how come that same energy ain't being brought against him? Exactly. Isn't it legal? It's illegal in a lot of states to be with hookers. He live with all this stuff, smoking, buying, everything. So again, I'm saying it's put that same energy towards this cat, man. Go get him, lock him up. I'm pretty sure wherever he at, he got some sprinkles on him. Test his clothes and fingers.
I want to see his laptop.
Sprinkles.
Residue.
Sprinkle some coke on him, Johnson. Let's get out of here.
So some crack rocks.
Who's that, Dave Chappelle?
I was really excited about the crack too.
Some crack and die. No.
Yeah.
I don't really know what this is.
Just to wrap it up, it's a democracy, and you have a right, to complain about certain laws that are passed in this country. But I'm not sure, unless you're going to plan a full revolution, if violence is going to be the way to get that passed. They want to get a change, get abortion put universal around the country. I'm not sure bringing tiki torches and pitchforks is the way.
It's not the way, but I'm sorry, they love that way. It's like it's the most American way, for real. Like, think about how this country was started. Like, they threw tea off of a boat and said, "You want smoke? Let's fight about it." Revolutionary War. Like that. Our greatest strides as a nation have been in times of turmoil where we really had to fuck some shit up. And I don't want. I don't want to advocate for violence, but when you're making decisions like that, like sometimes the only way to fight politics is with just tearing down the voting booth.
Politics.
I think that's the best way to do it. Because what did the insurrection change?
Right.
That happened in January at the Capitol Hill.
Oh, they suck. They ain't do it right.
Yeah.
They wasn't righteous. They didn't have righteousness on their side. When you got a righteous cause that you're fighting for, you know what I'm saying?
Agent Orange
and everything.
It would have went down for real. Like, if you really believed in what you believe in, they would have left nothing standing.
They went in with entitlement. They went in like it was supposed to be their election. We were supposed to win, that was the first time they ever felt defeat. You could tell that wasn't really an insurrection. That was a temper tantrum.
All right, I'll go with that.
And but the most amazing thing, I don't remember the state right now, but one of the dudes who was arrested for some time, they preparing the documents and paperwork for him to be freed because the judge in his state said that, the police or the security let them in. So if you let somebody into an establishment, there's no trespassing. So, he's a part of that other team for real. the judge, whoever said that.
Right
But
back to Dave Chappelle. That's literally the "I'm sorry, officer. I didn't know I couldn't do that." The door was open. What was
yeah,
Right.
and it's crazy. But the judge, like, people died in this
Yeah.
whole situation based on the people's behaviors and responses to certain
police
things.
lives, blue lives
Yeah,
died?
blue light. Yeah. So honestly, they telling them that your life don't matter. State capitol, whatever police you are, whatever. It's about their cause and their belief. It ain't about. It's about Caucasian persuasion, control, male control. It ain't got nothing to do with lives and all that other kind of stuff that's going down. And it's more apparent than ever. So are people not seeing it? Um, I don't know what else to. I couldn't pry the blinders off your eyes right now.
Yeah.
You can lead a horse to water. You can lead a horse to water.
Oh,
I just feel like whether you agree with it or not, it's still your choice, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's still your choice. I don't agree with a lot of things, but I'm not gonna like start tackling crackheads and slapping pimps, and you know, you don't agree with a lot of things, but
Right.
you have the right to do that.
Mhm. Could it
Now
be
you're gonna
like,
pay the consequences, but the consequences shouldn't be jail because you did something inside of your body. The consequences is what are the complications, what are the mental things that come after that, emotional trauma, that's their consequences. You know, that let them decide if
Mm-hmm.
they want to do that to themselves, the life growing in them, whatever, you know, because we still got people snapping and killing their kids, running off of, you know, bridges and drowning them in the bathtub and all that. Like some people know that they don't need to be a parent.
Right.
I
What?
wish they would, you know, be more cautious, but I mean, look at the foster care system. Half of the kids in the foster care system get abused. They turn out to be delinquents. They start doing crime. You know, just let people make that choice if that's what they're going to do. Whether you think it's right or wrong, that's between them and God, and that's between
Jesus.
their body and whatever's going on. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I got raped and got pregnant, I don't give a damn if that thing is coming up out of me. Now,
Ditto.
life if you want to, but that life got sacrificed because of that man's deed.
Hey, look, sacrifice it to better energy to your cells, because they definitely using it.
Definitely.
You can call it murder, you can call it abortion, whatever. But I'm telling you, as a woman, if I was traumatized and raped and had a baby growing from me from that rapist, you're not gonna tell me that I gotta sit up here and raise this damn rapist's child.
Right.
You're not.
Honestly, they're used to telling us that anyway.
Yeah.
Slavery.
That's why I say I wonder if people really were to question, are you more pro-choice or pro-life, instead of just solid, absolutely pro-life, pro-choice. There's no circumstance you wouldn't give to where they can't have an abortion.
Right.
I would
Well,
probably have
Big
to
Red,
say I'm super pro-choice more than anything. Of course, I want an infant that hasn't, you know, breath life yet to breathe. But again, under these extraneous circumstances, which I, as a man, could never experience, I just got to let that person who has dealt with that figure out what is best for them to do with their body, because it's legitimately theirs. It's like, imagine if tattoos, the tattoos used to be against the law. Imagine if piercings were against the law. Imagine we weren't able to do these simple things, or not simple things, but imagine if we weren't able to do things that we needed to do or wanted to do with our bodies.
But they do
Like
have
you
laws
can,
against them, though. You have to wait a certain age to get them.
you
yeah,
do.
That is
It's a damn shame that you as soon as you turn 21, you can kill yourself with cigarettes and liquor, but you can't. You know, I'm gonna hop off real. I'll be right back.
but you know, it's funny that you know, you said that, right? But they always come up with terms to fit the narrative. So how come they don't create anything in between, if that makes sense?
Right.
Come up with another term that somebody can identify with, because they have done it with uh, gender, They done it with so many different things. They come up with even the climate, like you say, climate change, right? There's some clouds that I've seen traveling across this country that I've never seen in my 48 years of my life.
I ain't never seen that fucking cloud before.
I'm 51, and I've never seen clouds up in the sky that look like water, like waves of water moving through the air. Like seriously,
Serious nimbus. Serious nimbus. They look like
yeah.
water.
I mean,
Those are clouds.
I've done, I've done research in the past, and up until recently, I'm just like, wow, they just coming up, they just making up stuff now, just to slide out there, and say we're smart, we're intelligent.
Look at this scenario. Look at this scenario. All those guys who voted, like we said, old white men. I bet you, their daughter or granddaughter, if every single one of them had a daughter or granddaughter who had a rape baby in them, what
Right.
you think they wouldn't go
They
under
feel
the
like
table?
they can
You think they
still
wouldn't
get
go
it.
under the table and find out?
Rules don't apply to them.
Or matter of fact, what if their daughters lived in our neighborhoods? Oh, they be for abortion.
And they knew the baby was black.
Yeah, right.
It's all slave. Like again, this all correlates back to slave. They are very used to telling us. They're very used to raping and telling, raise that baby. Raise it.
Isn't Bill Gates' son dating a black girl now?
Yes. No, his daughter is dating a black dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Daughter dating.
Yes.
Yes.
She's doing that for her mom. Revenge for her mom.
Shabba.
Is for all my
yeah,
Mr. Loverman.
She's doing that for revenge. See, remember, I'm from Washington, so I know the talk about Bill Gates, and
she's trying to make him mad.
And a matter of fact, I know this is a crazy plug-in, right? But in my book, I have a story.
What's the name of the book? What's the name of the book?
My book is called Open Wounds. And there's a story where I helped out some neighborhood kids who really liked people. They wasn't racist. They didn't care about color. They just really liked people. And the grandparents or nephews, fathers, whoever else, everybody else was racist where my grandmother used to live, right? Mm-hmm. And the father had a tab at this store, the local store. And until he paid what he had, he couldn't get nothing. But because I knew them, I took some of my father's money to help pay for their groceries so that they'd have something to eat. It wasn't for the man. And I risked getting my behind whooped by my father. But I had to pay him back because he said you should have never done that for somebody who didn't deserve it. You understand what I'm saying? So I risked getting my tail whooped to help them. It wasn't for the father because he was a mean SOB when I tell you. And nobody, not even the people nobody liked them.
No friends.
No, he didn't have nobody.
It was like O'Doyle in the Billy Madison movies.
Yeah, and it's crazy, but we was playing in the park one day. They came and picked them up in a truck and slammed them in the truck like they was garbage because they was playing with us in the park, bro. And when I saw them, a few days later, matter of fact, I saw them like next week, and it's some of their wounds. When I tell you they whooped their behinds, some of their wounds still look kind of fresh, like damn.
That's abuse.
And so they was trying to beat their hate into them, but it actually turned them against them, bro. They really hated them for that.
They should,
yeah. So there's something they got. Yeah. So all right, I'm gonna throw that away now. I decided to share that because some of the things that they doing is going to create the opposite effect. And we talked about something earlier. I've been told many times, whether that was in my dream or to experience people in his life, our elders, they say that the best way to overturn all this stuff, everything is energy or frequency. If we allow them to fight they fight, but we need to change it not only on a cosmic, a spiritual, a physical, not a physical, but a energetic energy wavelength. It's going to change, and everything's going to change. So the battle that we need to be fighting is in a whole different aspect of just physical.
But you gotta go sometimes you gotta go down to ground zero before you rebuild.
Yeah, I understand.
Demolition.
For sure. I agree.
Let's switch up, guys. Go to the next story that Chris was trying to go ahead and go into. The crack epidemic happening in Biden household. Hunter Biden over the weekend, he had an alleged hack into his iCloud account. I don't hear anybody else tell me about Apple being so secure all the time over Android.
I've never been hacked, but then again, I don't have nothing hacked. I'm not out here doing crack.
Anonymous can get anything.
Yeah, I'm not the president's son, and I'm not doing crack, so I don't have a reason to be hacked. But it happens. From time
you black, you got a reason.
I got a reason. I mean, I'm just being watched.
Yeah.
They can't hack what they already watching.
Hunter Biden, let's say over the weekend, they say exposed a cache of inappropriate content, including the former's name saved as well. I forgot that one part. Let me read it over. President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, over the weekend was exposed from a cache of inappropriate content, including the former's name, President Joe Biden's name saved as Pedo Peter. Goes on to say the hackers claim that the content revealed text, pictures, and videos include images of drugs and sexual activities. It's also claimed that Hunter Biden, his father on the phone by the name Pedo Peter.
Wow.
The first son allegedly spent $30,000 in 5 months from prostitutes and transported them across state lines. He also
crack without prostitutes?
Allegedly disguised checks to them as patients for medical service. Well, yeah, medical services. I guess they might need medical services since they are prostitutes and they probably sleep with a lot of people. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Let's take a look at the video and see what we got here.
Yes.
Get my copy.
And that's more than
0.7.
2.7
without the bag.
Without the bag.
Damn, they got shit everywhere.
You can't short them on now. Or give too much.
I need my 2 point.
So, based off of this, I guess the leave it to make is: do you think this will have any effect on Papa Biden, President Biden's future as the president of the United States? Even because I'm pretty sure he's probably going to run again in 2024. Do you think this will have any effect on his future aspects of a president in 2024? Lord Trent, I will go with you first. Does it need to be medicated? Do you think he needs to do damage control or just leave it alone and then soon we'll pass over?
Let's see. In honor of Hunter Biden, I'll go ahead. Mine is medicated, but that's not my answer.
Medicated crack. I love that medicated. All right, Pookie.
All right. So, in regards to our president, Joe Biden,
medicated. Leave first. Let's do that.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out exactly which one are we asking about, Joe or Hunter?
We're gonna ask about Joe on this because the boy's just in trouble. He's been in trouble for years. Okay. He's gonna stay in trouble. But for his daddy, does this need to be left alone? It'll just soon pass.
Joe,
medicated.
Joe definitely needs to medicate it.
Okay, tell us why.
Joe needs to medicate it because, no funny shit. You said he's going to be running for president in what's that going to be 2024? I don't think he's going to be alive. That's neither here nor there. I don't think he has many years left in him. But he needs to medicate it because he is the president. Your son is doing crack. Like I don't know exactly how many ways to say it. You can't. You need to release a lot of people from prison. You need to do a Breakfast Club interview. You need to get in front of cameras. Like, because I would just discredit running for the presidency in 2024, but There needs to be an examination. One, your son needs to go to jail and rehab, a rehabilitative jail. And I don't know if that's enough to impeach Joe, but he doesn't have my vote. You know, just hang it up. Just retire and enjoy the last few months of your life.
Hang it up.
All right.
Hang it up.
Alexa.
I don't want to give a minute. Can I get a
Get a full. You gonna leave it? All right.
Yeah.
I want to hear this. Let's go. Leave it.
You talking about leave? Don't try to damage control. That's what you're saying, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Does he need damage control or not?
Listen. He was way too comfortable with that deal. He probably got a sock drawer in the house. He been a crackhead, gonna be a crackhead, and he just a crackhead. And at the end of the day, his daddy knew that. He been a crackhead probably before he even ran. So at this point, he either just put his head in the sand like an ostrich and hope it passes over, or just go ahead and give it to Kamala. She really want to be the president anyway. So leave it.
And she been silent. She been in the basement. She been in the basement.
Shout out my girl Kamala though.
Practicing. She about to be the president. What?
She mirror.
Yeah, by default, because like Lord Trent said, he might not live that long.
By
or
default.
He might be where he's at. So shoot, he might not have it.
By default, yes.
All right, Chris, what do you got to say? You gonna
leave? Look, I'm going to leave it because right about now, what I've seen, the whole moral compass with these political figures, their families, is not the same as regular people, and how they judge and come down on regular, normal, average, everyday people. Like I said, I'm going to leave it because he has to go through what he has to go through. I know he's not going to win the next election. He might as well hang it up and quit while it's ahead, and he might as well go ahead and do crack with his son because that's just how I feel about it right now. Because they're always the ones that want to suppress and until they can't suppress it no more. But because of his privilege in this country, people will see this now, but they're gonna look past it because that's who they are. You know what I'm saying? But I could imagine if Kamala had a daughter or a son who was on crack, it would not. It would be on the news for the next 6-8 months.
You said that.
Sure.
You said it. You said it.
I am going to.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Red?
I'm gonna leave it.
Everybody leaving it.
Like, because look how many things this dude has done before. Me and Chris talked on this earlier before the show, 1990s, where this is the era between him and Bill Clinton, where they locked up so many black people for years, 20 years over the crack epidemic, basically.
All black people.
And here's his doing this. We knew this when he got elected, and it didn't affect his votes, not one thing, because a lot of black people look at him as Black Jesus somehow. And
tag me.
The 90s, if you remember that line from Ready to Die, either you're slinging crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. This is endear his son to some black people. They're like, oh, he's relatable then. Not the same.
I can call the rock.
Not the same black people doing crack, but he's just gonna seem relatable. So that's probably just gonna push the poll numbers up. It really is nothing he can do probably to make himself look bad besides, I don't know, saying somebody's the N-word or something. You know, he's already said this before.
And you ain't black.
For a couple speeches, speaking it, won't do such and such, then.
And you ain't black.
Oh,
so,
God. It hurts my soul and the soul of my ancestors to hear that.
They like, yo, Hunter Biden on the block, son. You know what I mean? He spitting paper, son. He spitting paper, son.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to see that apology tour. I want to see President Biden on tour. I want to see him on Oprah. I want to see him on Steve Harvey, not just the show. I want to see him on Family Feud, like just really out there, either apologizing for his son doing crack or doing crack with your son. Be a supportive father. Be there. Be present.
But you know what?
Let's not forget the pedo part in there.
Yeah, we skipped over that. We skipped over that, and I want to pronounce that as pedo.
Pedo. Okay, you're right. We'll go with
Yeah.
that. Pedo. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Pedo.
we ain't talking about. We're not talking about pedicure.
Okay, so who's Pete, or is that just what they call it? Is that a slang?
Peter, what they call him?
Pedo.
No, I know, pedo Pete, but who's Pete? Like, is he?
Yeah,
just
that's what I want to know.
That's
Who
supposed to
is
be.
Pete?
It was supposed to be referring to his father, Joe
Yeah.
Biden.
So that's what I'm thinking. So that's just the slang basically for saying a pedophile.
That's
Yeah.
the crack name.
Yeah.
That's the crack name.
But why would your son put that in there?
His
But
son
you
is a
know,
crackhead. His son is a crackhead.
He knows.
and you know, don't ever discount because they got they slick. They got a lot of ways around paying people. People cut shut hush money, all that. So
Making
you know, we're gonna
disappear.
talk. So I always ask myself too. The reason why I was like, well, I wonder why Hunter is like this. Did Biden touch him in some way at some point in his life growing up or doing something? Because this just ain't happened overnight, bro. This has been a problem. And it was one of them things he probably, I'm going to say allegedly.
Yeah, we got to put that up there.
Yeah, he probably like, you'll be out of your inheritance if you run your mouth.
I mean, he's
So-
doing crack.
Hey, look, crack is whack.
You call him pedo Pete.
I don't need
It is some lines starting to connect here, so I don't know.
What's the
Unless
line?
you told him he couldn't have no money for some crack, because crackheads get mad when you don't give them crack money.
Yep.
Mhm.
That
Could
might
have
be
cut him
why.
off. Like,
this wasn't if you know what, if Hunter exposed this himself, if this was a hack that he pulled himself, this is a real crackhead move. This is something a crackhead. Oh, you're just gonna cut me out the fucking will? All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey, look, this is a cry for help, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Or it could be
I
a come
cannot
up.
speak upon
Or it could be come up. Because sometimes
worry about where to get crack money from again if you write a book.
you know how your kids, like if something happened to you in life, like I know like some parents who quote unquote might not have been there for the child growing up because maybe the mother or the father was in jail or something like that, and the kids whatever using that against the parent, so they're always guilt tripping them, and so the parents who are a little bit better now are trying to get their favor back, and they accepting all this abuse from this child, or enabling them because there's some type of allegedly a dark secret, something that happened, or he just wasn't loved as a child. Because I know many people who went to private schools and all these different schools across the country, overseas, and their parents sent them away, and they sent them away to these fortresses that these kids can't get out, and they doing the most. I mean, the teachers, professors, everybody in there is doing some atrocious stuff to these kids, and they can't even call out for help or nothing. So something happened to that boy.
Yeah, they're exposed to some really mature things at a very young age. And because their parents are so busy, like the life of a politician is probably 24/7 around the clock, especially if you're trying to be a president. But I get the feeling this is something that's been happening way. You don't just become the president's son and then start doing crack. Like this is something that he's been doing. There's been conspiracies all over Reddit about things on his laptop, things that he's been into. And things like this can be hereditary, something passed down, something and something trauma related. You know what I'm saying?
Trauma related, genetically, spiritually, bloodlines, for sure.
Definitely sick and needing help allegedly.
I wish he would just come out and say what it is.
There's nothing that crack is real. There's nothing alleged about the crack.
Once he starts going through withdrawal, and he ever goes to prison, he goes through some withdrawal. If he can't get it on the inside, then he might say what actually happened. Because like he said, now crackhead's gonna snitch in the heart. You get him weak enough, or you promise him you'll give him that rock, a big enough rock, he'll snitch and tell like stool pigeon.
Just wait for the scratch.
The other snitches, they snitch for what was it? Ultimate Feast.
The ultimate, yeah,
The ultimate feature of Red Lobster. It's at that Mike Epps.
Actual prisoners want food. You know what I'm saying? Actual.
They get snitched for ultimate feast.
Only a crackhead snitches for crack.
Oh man, that's too much.
All right, next thing, Chris, wait for a second. All right,
And they sure will, bro.
Or medicated.
All right, let's see. I think we posted earlier. This story is about Rhode Island Senator Tierra Mack.
Hey.
And he posted a video.
Let's get it.
I'm not sure she was trying to raise money for something like this, but she did something on TikTok where she was twerking upside down. And she had a few people respond about it. It's not just about the twerking, guys. I'm not just posting a twerk video, guys. So,
twerk.
Honey, baby,
educational.
this ain't it, because I have an Ivy League degree and I'm a sitting state senator. It's not about what I'm wearing. It's not about what I'm doing. They won't respect me regardless. Vote Senator Mack.
Got my vote.
All right. So,
Oh shit.
Or medicated.
Believe it or medicated is do you have a problem with Rhode Island Senator Tierra Mack making a twerking video on TikTok? Do you think she is too high of a position to be doing these kind of videos? All right, Chris. Alexa, I'll let you respond first on this one. Should we just leave it alone and stop worrying about it? It's no big deal. Or medicated is, yeah, we got to get those things off of TikTok. This is not something we should be doing as a senator.
I think we all already know what I'm gonna say. Believe it, because that's between her and her team, and she's choosing how to be seen. Now, if you don't like it, just don't vote for her. But technically, look at all these dang actual sitting presidents and the crap that they done did. She's not even that high in office, and she's just on the beach by herself doing her. It's because she got a rump roast that actually shakes, or what if she has shorts on? Where's the line? She's being herself. Maybe she's trying to reach a different population. Maybe she wants everybody who's 18 and over who twerks. Maybe she's trying to bring out the girls in the strip club and vote. I don't know. She has a method to her madness, and if you don't like it, just don't vote for her. These are people in office that you can vote in or out. So I say, let them do whatever they're going to do, no matter what it is. Unless you're a part of her campaign, why do you care?
All right, Lord Trent, do you want to leave it or medicate
it? Let's see. We are going to leave it. Let's leave that.
All right, tell us why.
The president's son smokes crack. And I know I have a lot of seconds left to elaborate, but the president's son smokes crack, and we're going to worry about the twerking senator. Like, one, we also had a president that openly admitted he grabs women by the pussy. He said that he could stand on Fifth Avenue and shoot someone, and they would still love him. She twerked, and she did well. And you know what? She's got my vote. She can live her life. It's fine. Like, she's a grown woman. Like, we have too much concern with what we tell grown people they can and can't do, especially when those grown people are in higher positions than us. I think she knows when and where it is appropriate to twerk. We literally scroll up and down our news feed and see people that we work with twerking for nothing. Meanwhile, this lady is on a beautiful beach, enjoying her beautiful life, and hopefully passing some beautiful bills. She's got my vote.
Enjoying her beautiful body.
I'm going to take this off the screen. Okay. Chris, you going to leave it or medicate it?
Brother, I'm going to leave it. Leave it.
Yes, Lord.
Yes.
For that.
I think, and this is just my own personal opinion. twerking, or what they call it twerking, it's called many names, like the mysteries in time. But it wasn't. It's not a sexual dance. It's not whatever that people think it is. It's more of a spiritual dance. It's a dance that's been going on for a long time with a culture of people. So I don't even understand or know why they tripping about just because, oh, you're a politician, you can't do that. But behind the scenes, when something come up that you're not supposed to be doing, now it's a scandal. She like, and there was just a dance. It ain't a scandal. It wasn't anything. So, like, leave it alone. Like, come on, y'all, cut it out. Stop it.
Cut it.
Your face. You couldn't stop your face, Red.
You already know I'm going with this.
Yeah. I want to see what you got, bro.
I'm medicating this mess. I'm medicating because damn, we do have a certain type of reputation we're trying to uphold. Not even just as a senator or someone in political office, just
for who?
No, for us.
Let them get it off. Let them get it off.
We can't go do any and everything without being judged. People get judged by having wrinkled clothes going out in public.
I don't like that. So yeah,
and unfortunately, that's the way of the world. You don't want to be objectified. I'm sorry, you're going to be objectified if that's the first thing that's going to hit my screen. And of course, I know she does other things as a senator. She graduated from an Ivy League school, but that is not what we're going to see. You don't carry your degree around with you all over the place. If you do, that's kind of desperate.
You don't carry it on your tail.
All right. But twerking though, I mean, I'm sorry. That's just something that if you're going to do it, people are going to focus on that. That's just how it is. If this is a male-dominated political field, that's what guys are going to focus on first. And what would be the equivalent of twerking for guys?
Twerking?
Okay. And that would seem crazy too. If a senator just went out there and just start twerking. If Biden, which he may do if he keeps losing his mind, he may go out there and
No, that's a seizure.
You know exactly. Allegedly.
From far away, they both look the same. Yes.
Question. Now, if she was on the beach and she didn't know she was getting
now look at this
sweatpants.
Okay, E. I got it. That's cool. That's a good answer.
It's not the equivalent of twerking though. See, this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because I'm
shaking the front, maybe.
What if she was on the beach and she didn't know she was being filmed? Somebody zoomed in and she was with her own people. Somebody zoomed in, caught her
twerking,
and then put it
on her head. I'm like, yo, I love that.
That's a little different. I mean,
my thing is, why do we always have to, like, literally a couple weeks or a month or so ago, a clip of Yakubian, that's the word I'm using for them now. A Yakubian young lady went viral for singing Little Baby lyrics. So,
they're not even her lyrics.
I don't get it. Like, she went viral. Like, what they were saying she shouldn't sing it, or I don't get it. I didn't see it.
It's like the way they were hyping this young white woman up for doing something that you typically see Black women do.
Oh, I see. So they was just like, oh my gosh,
this is
like
so
she did something amazing.
Oh my god, this is a vibe. This is a move. This is like, why can't she ever be like? Why can't, just because she's a senator, she can't be a move? She can't be a vibe. Right, because the beach is a vibe, you know what I'm saying? And like Chris was saying, you know, twerking it's an ancient dance form. Like, that's something that takes us back. Yeah, hey, look,
we
ain't looking at it as no spiritual dance.
I agree with them. When I twerk, I do it for spiritual reasons.
Right.
Yeah, that's why.
Strip club,
spiritual reasons. We're going to the strip club.
Look, I'm gonna tap into your spirit.
I just get out. I light my incense.
Is that what P Valley is about? Is P Valley about spiritual reckoning or whatever?
It is actually getting spiritual.
This season is getting very spiritual. Have you been watching it?
No, I have not.
My girl
this season is actually very spiritual.
Their intent is wrong, though.
What are they doing with it?
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like,
I mean, they making money.
Yeah, so that's the bottom line in America, right? Capitalism.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
I said capitalism. That's not.
Yeah.
They're not showing nothing that does not really happen in this world right now.
Mm-hmm. On a real
Everything out
scale.
there happens. So it's not fantasy. It's just a depiction of our society. You don't want to see that part of society? Don't tune in.
Yeah, don't tune in because they be like,
Hey, look, it goes down in the valley, dog.
yeah.
It goes down.
That's like sometimes, sometimes just pick up your phone. Like when one of those scenes pop up, if you know, just okay.
Mm-hmm. Turn away.
Well, now it's so much attention because apparently both of the two guys that are in the scene together have long-term wives or girlfriend.
Oh yeah, they're
so
married
it's like,
with children.
Why would they have them? But you're an actor.
Yeah, I know you're an actor, but come on now. Like they could do like they did in the past and have that come and it fade out. Like your imagination.
You want it to be like Casablanca or something. You want them to walk away in the wind and the sunset.
Or they be coming together and then it fade out because you know what's going to happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now the question is to every woman, could you be with a guy who played that scene? Because, like you said, it was too real. It didn't fade to black.
It didn't fade.
It happened.
I don't know what y'all talking
One thing about that show, they love some safe sex. And they gonna show it to you. They're gonna show you some safe. They're gonna show you some sex, but it's gonna be safe.
It needs to be shown like an ABC school special. That's what.
No, unfiltered.
You want it raw and uncut.
It's like Big Daddy Kane, RAW.
Hip hop.
All right, let's go to that was a mild subject. Let's go to this another world that I would hope that we. Have you ever heard of the term factosexual?
Huh?
Only recently.
Factosexual. You ever heard that term before?
Like fact or fiction? Is that how you saying it? Facto?
Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Fictosexual.
Okay.
My fault. I'm saying it wrong. Fictosexual. I probably spelled it wrong too.
Fictosexual. No.
Yeah. I'm guessing it has something to do with something with fictional characters and you being sexually.
Damn. Yes. Yes.
I have heard of that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't know it was called that, but
I didn't know it was that until you said what you just said. It clicked in my head that there's individuals like you know how they say some people might have a love and they want to marry a tree or a pig or a horse.
Yes.
But and so in this aspect, they came up with a new name for somebody who is in love with a character.
Yeah.
I can't say if it's anime specifically or
fictional, just across the board.
Fictional character and got married to this being.
That's what.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
okay.
This guy here, and you can see he has his wife.
He looks like that.
Yes,
he looks like that's who he would marry. I'm sorry, I'm canceled.
He was a wife. She was a wife for 4 years. Her name was Akihiko Kando, 38-year-old Japanese man. Well, no, that's his name.
I feel like you're canceled.
His name, Akihiko Kando. That's how he sounds. That's not being racist.
I know.
A 38-year-old Japanese man with a holographic image of the blue-haired anime character Hatsune Miku. That's how you say it, man.
Cancel.
But check this out. Because this is where people kind of skip out. Like it's already weird enough, right? That he's dating a fictional character. He's 38 years old, right? The character is described as 16 years old by the New York Post. So
she been 16-year-old for how long?
12 years.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. This is because
that's all. How really old is 16? Or how?
Yeah, because when they first created the character, when was it born? Or you know how they have the still life? You take a picture. Mm-hmm. So when they created her, was she 16? So how long she been in existence with that age?
Vampire character is 16. How long is her real? It's almost like human years to dog years.
Yeah.
Like how long has the character? Because like look, when you think about it, like the Rugrats are babies, but they're
Yeah.
legitimately older. They've been in
Yeah.
existence longer than some people.
But they grew up though.
The
They
Simpsons.
have grown up.
They grow up.
Yes,
They
and
got their own.
boom,
The Simpsons
better
spent
one. The Simpsons
8 and 10 for 30 some odd years.
For sure.
longer than
Not unless they were just midgets.
Yeah. Can somebody have a theory about Lisa Simpson? No.
Maggie been sucking on that same pacifier for 3 decades.
Yo. So it turned from a pacifier into
Oh wow. I ain't going here.
But Kondo, let's say
there's
Kondo
somebody.
fell in love with the character in 2008 after he became ostracized from his peers following intense bullying at work.
Why?
I can imagine that. Technology made it possible for the anime fan to interact with her beginning in 2017, thanks to a gate box machine. This $1,300 device allows users to interact with characters using holograms. This is also how Kondo was able to marry the object of his affection. But
give it to me, baby.
there was some bad news. Recently, software support for the Gatebox technology was eliminated. According to News Hub, Kondo reacted by saying, "My love for Miku hasn't changed. I held the wedding ceremony because I thought I could be with him forever."
It is. Because she ain't gonna age, but you will. So you gonna leave all your assets to her too?
You
know what I was thinking about as you said that? See, I was going with that because when you just said leave the assets to her, now somebody who's a criminal out there who's good at hacking and as smart as they can be, all they got to do is hack something of his as that character.
Make it come back alive.
I'm back.
Look,
this is a good horror movie.
you remember back in the day, the movie, The Reanimator 1 and 2?
Yes.
If y'all haven't seen it, go check that out, bro. The Reanimator.
Also called Brain Dead, I think.
Yeah, because there was an ancient Indian burial ground. And sometimes stuff that went in there, when it came back different, but they were alive. And there was
like Pet Cemetery.
Yeah. But this on a different scale.
It's called Reanimator.
The Reanimator. Yes.
I never heard it. Is it how old is it?
It's back in maybe 80s, early 90s.
That's old.
Yeah, check it out though.
I didn't see it.
But I was thinking about that, right? I said he gonna do everything he can to try to bring her back. If he got to become a programmer or a
Frankenstein some shit.
Yeah.
It's sad.
He's probably gonna become Dr. Robotnik.
So
cyber technology.
Kondo became acquainted with the anime character after being ostracized at work by 2 female co-workers who bullied him. He quit his job, then stayed in his room for 24 hours a day and watched videos of Miku the whole time. So Kondo says he fell in love with the fictional character and spent 2 million yen, the equivalent of $17,300, on a wedding. His family.
That's a real wedding. That's an
actual.
But other fictosexuals, because I guess it's a community for it, he connected with online They attended the wedding. There are 2 reasons why he said I had a wedding publicly, he told BBC. The first one is to prove my love to Miku. The second one is there are many young people like me fall in love with anime characters. I want to show the world that I support them. Let's see. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of that. Fictosexual is also an umbrella term that encompasses a list of other identities, including more specific attractions, such as novel visual characters, book-lo-sexual, that's something, and vampire-related characters, tobo-sexual. Okay.
So Red, fam, Alexa, Trent, 2 things right here, right? Could you imagine him bringing wedding pictures in a book or virtual and sharing it with people at his job, at his house? This is my wife.
This is us when we slayed the great demon slayer. We're all canceled now because I'm gonna keep doing this voice. But
he said we went to Jamaica together.
I wish one of these other fictosexual people would meet him and just dress like that thing, so maybe he could actually be with the real person. Like that would be a solution.
That would just be cosplay, which is what he's not into. Like he wants a different kind of experience. Like
but he might get into it.
Okay, let's pull this up again. He's into it. Just nobody don't want him.
And let's be honest, like she's mid on some like real talk even for 16. She's mid. I'm just saying.
You gonna get canceled and arrested.
He can get a girl to dress like that. He's spending $17,000 on a cartoon wedding.
Yeah. Will she do everything that he wants her to do, that he can get fictosexual anime character there?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he didn't have a mouth cut and the cut in her face or something. Or have a or have her have surgery and get a boom boom.
That's not the one you take out. That one you keep underneath. You keep that one back in the room.
But you know what? When you watch My Strange Addiction, you got people on here who married a car.
Yeah.
One of them married a carnival ride. An actual carnival ride.
Yep. Not just that, Alexa. He had sex with the car.
You put it in the gas tank.
No, that would have made sense. No, he was under the car.
The tailpipe.
No, in the front.
The tailpipe.
That would have made sense too. No, the car was having sex with him. It won't the other way around.
Okay, I'm trying to listen to the mic. Like what?
Yeah, it would have made sense that way. No.
But what about the woman who got a carnival ride?
All right, I saw that one too.
She stopped everything so she could work at the carnival and be next to it all the time. And just like she said, she was married to it for like 16 years.
Until what happened? It cheated.
I want to know.
It had ass on the seats on the ride, so she got mad.
She caught it with the merry-go-round one night.
Alexa,
what cotton candy is this?
With the story, the guy who was sleeping with the car, who had a relationship with the car, right? And the car was a guy too. He named it after the guy, so it was a gay car too. So I always thought it was funny, like how he would go break that to it, because he talked to his dad and told him that he was in love with his car. But I always think about like him going telling his father, but his father was more mad that the car is gay than it is actually a car. You brought a gay car in the house?
Here. You're not my son.
So he was more upset that the car was gay than the fact that it was a car.
If it was a straight car, I would have been okay with it, but not a gay car.
He would have brought him.
I'm not giving you an ounce of gas towards this nonsense.
I'm not supporting your driving habits, sir.
You got me sitting in a gay car. I feel that.
She's touching my butt and my back right now.
You had that car massage my back.
He's touching my legs right now.
It's no longer Pride Month. We can make these jokes.
No,
this
is a fictosexual flag, by the way, guys.
Wow.
This is the most inclusive you could be.
They have a flag?
They have a flag.
They have a flag.
They have a movement.
Do they have a movement?
I think I want to make me something up, Let me think.
Yeah, like everyone should make a sexuality.
I'm gonna make something up and get a following and get a flag.
I want to add it to the LBG. I want the letters I come up with added to the community.
Okay, well you're shooting pretty high. You need to start a little bit lower. Okay, lower your.
I want it to be LBGT, whatever. Like I would say, I'm into pancakes. Put a P back there.
So my next aspect of what I was saying about that ficto character marriage, right? So the number 2 is he going to have a funeral for her? You know what I mean? And have a funeral.
And $17,000 for a wedding,
right? He need to have insurance and go ahead and put on the ground, or he gonna put in the urn, burn it, put in the urn. What he gonna do?
A hacker is gonna get to him and be like, "I need my money."
He already took out an insurance policy on her. See, we got this all wrong. What if he only married her for her money? You know what I'm saying? She was a famous ficto character before him.
Yeah.
He Kevin Federline this whole situation.
But you know, you married
So
and a whole
how
bunch
is going to transfer? I gotta look at that because he's the next of kin.
Hopefully,
She had no kids.
Of course. I
She
mean,
had no
he's
kids.
definitely the next of kin.
He's definitely the next family kin, whatever that is.
It's the other way around.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
He's
He's
that's
Zaddy
fire.
in the situation. He's Zaddy in the situation.
Trent, that's fire, son.
Yo,
You know what? This is what
Zaddy.
I'm the world's greatest.
This is what pedophiles are going to end up doing. They're just going to go to anime characters, and
they should.
But no one's going to be able to be arrested for that, I guess, or no one's going to be.
Can we pick adults?
But nobody will be harmed.
I guess that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Punish
Get you a character.
Punish the character of puppet, not people.
Can people have the same character? Like, if you buy a like, do you buy the right to that character? Like, can someone else be like, say, if I got Bulma from Dragon Ball Z, can someone else be out there walking around with my Bulma?
I guess they could, unless you
just a twin.
Legally,
or they might get into that costume and just take it for the night.
See, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Look at him contemplating if you're gonna get into it.
Would you feel a certain way if somebody else had the same character? I'm like, dang.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, it's almost like having, excuse me, it's almost like having the same toy or having the same outfit a little bit. It's like,
so somebody's gonna come up and say, I own all the Bulmas. Come here.
It's gonna turn into Pokemon. Yes, if that's where we're going. Yes, it's because it's coming from Japan anyway. I'm canceled, but whatever. It's gonna turn into Pokemon. I'm gonna collect all. Oh man, I'm gonna start talking like an anime villain. I've collected all the Bulmas.
It's something missing, and I think it's a sad underlining fact that when people go that far, it's something. A sad little frosting, you know, like you're a person.
Oh, it's thick. It's
there. I promise you, it's like I just want to convince them. I promise you, there is somebody weird enough out there for you.
We keep supporting this though. Remember, I think you were on the show, Alexa, when we talked about it was a girl that they were in a virtual reality thing. It was kind of looks like Roblox, but it wasn't. I think it was on Facebook, whatever their Facebook thing is.
And she got gang raped.
Yes. On the virtual thing, not in real life, but
okay. But that was her choice. Like it was willing, or was it?
It wasn't willing.
Well, you
it
did say
willing.
Rape. You did say rape, so
yeah, and it wasn't. Well, it wasn't sex, but I mean, it is kind of touching on her character. But it's like, well, are people eventually gonna get prosecuted for that, or where is the line drawn where people can get married to anime characters? And
rights for anime characters, human rights for ficto characters,
right? And
they be like, look, you is me, and I'm as you, so it's the same.
We are.
Then you're gonna be able to be with dogs and horses and marry them, and then people are like, well, I'm in love with a dog.
Yeah,
how you gonna? What's the line?
There's people that do that.
I know they fuck them, but I don't.
They try to marry him too.
That's
boing.
If she's 16 years old and we're cool with this, no one is outraged about the 16-year-old because I'm reading the thing. I'm like, no one's outraged about that. The man's 38.
Cancel me again, but let's be honest.
Go ahead, number 13.
In that region of the world, they are really into the younger girl thing for some reason. I don't know. Like it's really their thing. They really depict their anime characters. Their manga characters. They always start off as children. And they're always
like little men, maybe.
They're built like little. The little boys have abs. Like I base everything off of Dragon Ball Z. The little boys are built like giant monkeys, and the girls are always depicted as like 14, 15, 16 years old, but very large and busty. Or they'll have them like built like little boys themselves, but still lust after them. It's their thing. I don't know why. Like it's.
And I have not seen in real life. I'm just saying. There's a few, and I'm just saying it's allegedly. You see Japanese and Chinese women,
allegedly,
right? Japanese, Chinese women who don't have thick or large asses or don't have large or big titties. Every once in a while you might come across something, but I still that's from our culture, heritage, our lineage running through them. But you don't see that. But you might see on the other side the Asian aspect, Brazilian aspect, all these other different aspects out there that you see it's more pronounced. Why is that?
Genetics.
Is it because they're isolated on the island and then they just keep and flat is
It's
flat?
cultural.
Yeah, cultural.
It's
So
their
flat is flat.
diets. It's their
Yeah, regional.
habits. You know, they eat differently.
Definitely their diets and habits.
They watch their weight more.
But as we've seen, you know, our women, even ones who was raised to eat fruit and all that other kind of stuff like that, are they got the goods to feed the needy.
Some people don't want the
They got the
goods.
yams.
Some
Yeah.
people want that shape, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to look good for their men because that's what their men want.
But genetically, they were already deep dispositioned for this to expand and grow, right? So I'm just trying to figure out. But again, even outside of that, now we're the main focus. People hate us because we have the expanded. If that makes sense.
Right.
I don't think they hate us. I think they love us because that's what
They
they
do.
want.
They don't love us.
Honestly, they love us, or they hate us because they come from us. We are
Right.
the original. We are made in the image of, and they know. I mean, case in point, the fact that we still praise and worship. I don't. I mean, the fact that we still praise and worship a white Jesus, knowing that this man was
I
not
know.
white. Thank you. But the fact that they still try to pump the image of a white Jesus, knowing this man was from a region where people of
Right.
that pigmentation did not exist.
Was not
That
Blanco.
means that they want to replace the image of God with a white man because they don't want us to see God in ourselves. They don't want us to see the original people in ourselves. They don't want us to see what is actually the standard of human perfection in ourselves. That's kind of what's message.
I gotta be honest. I don't agree with that. I don't think we are the original people.
You are.
I don't. I feel like the ancient tablets before the Bible was made and all that, it tells a very direct story, and I think people just aren't willing to accept it because we're just not there yet. But it's very clear about how we got started, and we look different because we genetically are different.
But
different star seeds came from different places.
For sure.
We look like the ones that came from the place we're from.
I fuck with
Right. But I will inject this. If you look at anywhere on the planet and you look at what was inscribed or etched mechanically, technology wise, or by hand, however you want to go with it. Who done what we was able to do? They had the circle patterns and the head, the beards, all types of like stuff, right? Ain't no Caucasian being doing that. Straight up.
No, everybody who came to see the earth, they were all evolved. They came from different regions. This is what the ancient tablets say. So yes, they were above and they they had their technology. They landed in different places. So you got these kind of caves that say this, and they say exactly what system they're from. You got the ones that say they're from Orion. These ancient tribes that pass down this thing, they say our answers are from here. These other people say our answers are from here. The Dogon tribe, I think they said there's people that's from Sirius. So this is why they look like the way they look, because when they came down and seeded, our Bible kind of washed the story down. But basically, the original story says that they came from different systems and they were teaching them their ways. They taught them their languages. That's why we have so many languages. You know, it's a matter of time before a lot of ancient, really, really ancient stuff, way before the Bible.
So let's say if we erase.
All right, y'all getting away from the subject, y'all.
Yeah,
you're right. I don't think we were the original people. I think that we all have different answers.
We may not have been original, but we were the ones here after the catastrophe that moved and raised on this planet.
I just think the black people are gods. Descendants of,
Yeah.
bloodline, lineage, whatever, all of it.
And
I
yeah.
mean, they got gods too. Everybody got gods and shit. Everybody got, where they come from and shit. But I feel like ours were the most righteous. I feel like ours were the most ancient. I feel like, I feel like ours set the standard for what humanity was supposed to be. I feel like we had the most righteous system of civilization.
I mean, I can see you saying that, but just
Yeah.
I don't think it's genetically. They've been studying this for a long time. We didn't all come from one person. We have very different. I
Oh,
mean,
no.
there's tribes that are so isolated. When they study their genetics, it just doesn't add up. So it's going to be proven. I mean, sometime in the near future that we all do have different ancestors as a whole.
Well, actually,
From
Alexa,
space.
it's already been proven. But like you said, are we going to accept some of the things, the new information?
Word.
That's the problem. That's the issue. I've already accepted it.
Word.
Me
A
too.
wise man knows nothing.
I mean, me too. It's at the end of the day. Look, if they come pick up their people, we gonna know. If I got a different ship than you, there you go.
Go into the next subject, guys. This is the last thing for this one before we get into the main topic. This is about a young lady who said she will not get fellatio because
She
black
is.
men is this and this and that and that.
She must not want to receive either. She must don't want to receive either.
Like to give oral.
And don't and won't. Why would I suck you? Majority of y'all have never worn condoms. Don't wear condoms and don't get tested. And you fuck outside your race. I'm sorry. Why would I suck that? Why would I suck that? And I've dead ass had men tell me, well, you're gonna get cheated on. Y'all cheat on everybody. Y'all cheat on women that's sucking it from the back, cooking for you, cleaning for you, paying your bills, sucking your toes, rubbing your toes, helping your mama out with her. Y'all cheat on women that do everything for you. So, of course you're gonna cheat on me. I'm not sucking dick. I would rather staple my own cooter mama shut and then tase it. You have a better chance of licking a gas station pump at a Wawa's than sucking dick in 2022. Don't do it. Don't fucking.
Wawa's has good lemonade, by the way.
Bro, she must
amazing soup and sandwiches.
She must got a disease or she got something she can't get rid of because she did it
She's
before. Something.
upset. Like that's the first thing I noticed. She was really upset about
Somebody cheated on her, and she got something she can't get rid of.
All right, Chris. This is gonna be leave it or medicated. You want to leave this and say, "Oh, okay, she's good. She's cool."
I'm gonna medicate it.
What you say?
I'm gonna medicate it
Go ahead.
because I'm gonna medicate it because there's so many aspects of how she can handle that. Because any relationship is not an I ship for one. All right. So if a man wants fellatio and she want cunnilingus, if she ain't doing me, I ain't doing her. Period. She could, like I said, like put peroxide on my shit, whatever that is. Go ahead, put peroxide on that joint, man. Put a condom on it. I don't care. I'm just saying that I love it. I enjoy it very much. So for somebody to say they're not going to do something that I really enjoy and want me to partake in her and all the activities she want me to do, that's just not going to happen. I just really feel like she was hurt. She never come out the hurt. She never healed from the hurt. And whatever that was that happened to her, or whatever she found that out, and she can't get over it.
All right.
Germaphobe.
A germaphobe, like she must be a germaphobe of herself too, because we got germs on our body every day, whether we see it or not see it. It's just a fact of life, internally, externally.
All right. Lord Trent, what you want to say on the matter? You want to leave it or medicate it?
I'm gonna leave it.
Tell us why.
Hey, like you say, it's 2022. So what I'm not gonna do is argue with somebody about something they don't want to do. It's fine. I'm also not gonna cheat on her because of it. So I do want to highlight the men that just wanted to tell her that, well, you're gonna get cheated on because of this. Don't date her. Don't date her. Don't approach. Like, honestly, I'm glad that she put this information out to the internet and to the world at large, because now you can just, if you want your dick sucked, and you could just, steer clear from her. She don't want to do it. You already know. So I'm gonna leave it because she seemed very, very passionate. I'm gonna use the word passionate about her decision to not suck dick. And hopefully she find that man that is cool with that. Hey, maybe she find a nigga that just says, "Hey, don't put your mouth there. Ew, why would you do that to me?" I hope she does. I'm gonna send positivity her way, because yeah, she needs to heal from something.
Yeah.
Heal from that. Yeah.
All right.
So if she ain't gonna get head, she gonna get anal too.
Don't go nowhere near her butt. Don't. Oh my God! Don't do it. Don't put out your race. That's how I know it's not. It's not just about germs, because she was like,
Right.
she brought in race about it. Like,
Exactly.
and yes, they can be a little dirty, but again, canceled. I know.
Number 16, cancel. All right, Alexa, what do you got to say about you going to leave
I
it?
mean, I feel like Trent pretty much said exactly what I'm going to say. Don't date her. It's that simple.
Okay.
There are millions of people. I'm going to leave it. There are millions of people in this world. Billions. Is it billions? Is it billions of billions? Anyway, it's enough people to not worry about her not wanting to suck. Come on now. You're going to get mad about one person? Who cares? And as far as I think, there's somebody for everybody. And I know for a fact there are people on both sides of the fence. There are people who don't want to do it and don't want to receive it. And it's their choice. You got guys who will do it and don't want it in return. You got girls who will do it, don't want it in return. You got couples who don't want to do either one. You got couples who want to both do it. Whatever floats your boat, People are into some crazy stuff, and so just something so simple like that, she'll find somebody who either gonna convince her to do it, or it's a trust thing. Obviously, she don't trust them. She might be totally different in 2 years. Leave it.
Sucking all the dick.
Ski.
Let's see. Chris, did you leave it or medicate? I can't remember.
He medicated it.
He can't either.
He wasn't having it.
Medicated.
Her boyfriend.
Right.
We got 2 leave it's and we got 1 medicated.
That John crazy.
You about to have another medicated, because I'm about to medicate it too. Because I don't have a problem with her saying not that she doesn't want to suck dick. I have a problem with what she said with afterwards. That sounds like a hurt person to say, well, I'm not doing it because y'all don't get tested. Y'all sleeping with everybody, cheating with everybody. Majority of y'all is what she said. And then you're dating outside of your race. Black people don't date probably past 10% of people outside their race. Women are like right at the end of that, like 5% or whatever like that. But it's very close with both races. Either way, it's not a big number to where we're just really dating outside of a race. So that just sounds like it's coming from a place of hurt. And furthermore, if you're worried about all these diseases from sucking dick, wouldn't you have to worry about that from just having sex, period? I mean, because you can have sex and catch the same things you can catch in your mouth. So what difference does it make if it's for this sexual act versus the other? I just didn't get that. Why she was complaining so much about that?
Seems like she don't like sex at all.
That could be. I think she's just mad, period. It's somebody.
There are women who get married and don't like sex.
Yeah, that's true.
And they just literally, I guess they just accept whatever their husband's doing on the side, but they just don't want to do it at all.
We let that shit happen to me though.
All right, so let's see. We're gonna get into the main topic now. The main topic: Britney Griner.
Here we go.
This is her here going to. Sorry, the picture does not look that great, but this is her going to a hearing and stating that she was guilty of bringing the cannabis oil with her to Russia. Some United States has declared her wrongfully detained. Some people are saying she said she had the oil to kind of get a lighter sentence, and it's like a plea bargain, kind of, to maybe get out of prison earlier, or so maybe they'll send her back to the U.S. or whatever. Here's the real question, though, because there was a coach in the WNBA who stated that Britney Griner, if she was LeBron James, would have been back home already if that was her that was incarcerated.
True.
But here's the thing: where seems like she was trying to state that it was because the value of her being a woman, a black woman, a gay woman, is the reason why America doesn't care about getting her back home. So this one, we got 2 minutes on a piece. So I'll let y'all go. Alexa, I'll let you go first on this. Just give us, what you think about it. Do you think that is the case, that her life is not valued enough for her to have been back here by now in the United States? If it was LeBron James, would she have been back? What do you have to say about this subject matter?
Oh, absolutely. If it was LeBron, he would have been back 2 days after he got locked up. I know that she's being used as a chip in a game, but how come our government isn't? They think the government is treating her like she's a pawn. I mean, I don't know who plays chess, but the government is treating her like she's a pawn instead of a higher power piece. Now, if she was a power piece that would cause outrage, which she has caused some outrage, but not on the level of, if one of our big superstars, like you said, LeBron or Beyonce or, one of the big rappers or just anybody who people really adored. I think maybe because it's sports and it's women's basketball and they don't just get a lot of shine. A lot of people didn't even know who she was. But if she was a top A-list celebrity, then she would have been looked at as a power piece. We got to get her back. Let's negotiate. They're playing her to the side like a pawn. And Russia still want to keep it. Like, you know what? Sometimes a pawn, like I said, I don't know if you play chess or not, but that pawn can be powerful if it makes it to the other side of the board. Okay, so there you go. So they still thinking that they can get a good deal out of this, and I don't think our government is taking it serious because this girl might get executed. Who knows what the hell she's going through? At the end of the day, she's a person. And that just tells you how they think about people on their hierarchy. And it's sad. Medicated.
Oh, we're out of that now.
Oh, okay.
You're good. All right.
Medicate the hell out of that.
All right. Lord Trent, what do you have to say about this subject?
So I think it's interesting the angle that it was looked at from, if it were LeBron. Because let's be honest, like just looking at LeBron as an individual, he's pretty divisive. He's not unanimous. He's not unanimous. He's not loved by all. We can edit that in post. But so I think it would be more accurate to say a white athlete like a Tom Brady or something. Would they move mountains to get him back if he got arrested overseas? Hell the fuck yeah. LeBron, I think it still falls within that color, within that skin tone. But in regards to Britney, yeah, they're definitely letting her rot. Like when ASAP Rocky got arrested in Sweden, Donald Trump moved mountains to get him back.
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky. And for years, we all know they do not pay attention to female sports as much as we pay attention to male sports. For the NBA to be as rich as it is, for them to like just now, and I want to say 2020, maybe 2021, they just started including the WNBA into 2K, which could have been millions and millions of dollars in revenue that could have went to the WNBA funding female sports. I actually really love the fact that, before Kobe Bryant passed away, because, his daughter was so involved in basketball, he was getting more involved in female sports. He coached her basketball team and, he had the whole league, the Mamba League. and because she was going to be in a WNBA superstar, so he wanted to make sure that the league was in a better position for her to get into it. So even he was aware that they don't care about their athletes, like not as much as they care about the high paid high paid male N words. And since she's a black a female N word, they're letting her rot, and it's a damn shame. Like the fact that she brought something that many other forgot the time.
Oh, you go.
Lord Trent, respect. Oh, you stopped on the dime.
Hey, look, I had more. I was about to go off. Because I want justice for Sha'Carri. God damn it.
Look, I gotta get about a couple of seconds in.
All right, Chris, what you got to say about this, man? You got 2 minutes.
Look, I'm going to go ahead and medicate it. And Alexa and Trent have made some very excellent points. But you know what? We all know that she's a pawn in the game. But let's remove the fact that this is a whole different country. They got a whole different set of laws. And I feel it was a setup. Reason why I'm saying this, Griner has been doing this for a minute. This ain't just the first vape or she came in and out of the country with this, John. They see this as an opportunity, allegedly, to have a pawn in the game. And yes, in their country, like many other countries, and the countries that support Russia, don't look at women as a priority, or they the best things in sliced bread, or they my 50-50 counterpart, 100 counterpart. They're not doing that. So they feel like if you want her back, give me what it is that I want, and you can get yours back too. But if you don't, they're throwing the ball back into America's court. How well do you view a black LGBT woman in America right now? I mean, she got 3 strikes against her for sure. So it is a heartache, it's a pain, but it's the reality we live in. She is a pawn in this game.
All right. Appreciate that, Chris. What I got about to say on that, I'm kind of on the reverse on that, sort of. I do think if it was LeBron, they probably would have worked that much harder, or maybe this would have got done faster. But in a way, she is valued because that's why they detained her. Because right now, Russia is using her to try to get a Russian, I think he was a bomber. He was a weapons maker. I think he made bombs, whatever. They're trying to get an exchange for her, for him. And I think he's been in prison in the United States for about 20 years. So I think there is some value to it, because if it was somebody who wasn't famous, and I'm not really wanting to say Britney Griner is famous. I know of her, but I don't think general population knows who that is before this came about. But I think she's famous enough to where they would do something about it. I think because she is a female, they are trying to do something about it. Now, Russia, they don't like gay people there, and I'm sure they don't like black people as much, except if they play sports over there. But I think because of who she is, they are using that as a pawn to try to get that Russian guy that was over here who's a bomber. So I think there is some value to her. If it was LeBron, it might happen. Or if it was LeBron, they probably would have arrested him much quicker, because it is. They know they could get that guy back from America's prison back over here. So, I guess the more of the question, is America valuing her? Are they going to act quicker enough for her versus if it was LeBron? And I would probably say if it was LeBron, they probably would have done something quicker. I'll also say too, with the who was ASAP Rocky, D'Angelo Ball, I think was in China. I think a few years ago, because he stole some, I think Gucci wear or something out.
Dumb shit.
Yeah, really stupid. Like,
and we got them back pretty quick. Big difference though. Russia is in the middle of a war, and they really hate us.
That makes the difference.
Yeah, we're outside.
We're not in a war with Switzerland. We're really not in a war with Switzerland. I mean, China hates us kind of now, but
everybody hates us.
We're not that bad with China compared to Russia. We pulled people out throughout the year when Russia and Ukraine started fighting. We pulled some of our U.S. businesses out of there. So they're mad at us for that too. So it's kind of wrong place, wrong time for her, Britney Griner.
So, what happened to all these movies, Mission Impossible, and all these secret Johns, the SEALs and the Marines and all them motherfuckers going over there. Yo, let's go get her.
They're not saving us.
For sure.
But see,
that's the point.
I think she used maybe a bad example for LeBron, because there are white civilians or white soldiers that
who would do this here in this country.
No.
They don't get kids. But
I'm saying the ones, there are white soldiers or white civilians who have been in Russia trapped for not for drugs, but for other reasons, breaking crimes, maybe not breaking crimes, for years, and they haven't been brought home. So it almost, to me, it seems like you're trying to say because he's a more famous celebrity, that's why they would have brought him home. Not because you're a woman, because he's a more famous celebrity. He's more celebrated than you are. If it was Michael Jackson, he'd be home. He
but for America, he brings in a hella ton of money on brands, NBA, a lot of different things, and that's the difference. Whereas, that's money. Yeah.
There you go.
And he got his own money.
He's a billionaire.
So I'm just saying that they can activate some things his own family can, if that was the case.
I don't think Britney Griner makes 7 figures.
No, she don't.
So LeBron would have been able to. They would have came up with something if America didn't. His family ain't gonna let him just sit. They would have to pay somebody on the inside, do something.
The WNBA needs to show their value for her. That's
yeah. I mean, they keep talking that ish, but what have y'all done?
Needs to show their value for her, like everyone,
like everybody else.
Sports needs to show their value for her.
They got to show their value for that.
WNBA, NBA, come on now, they got way more money.
Yeah,
but then again, this is the chauvinistic bullshit that goes on in America. Like, honest, I mean, I'm just being honest. I would watch a portion, like I'm gonna tell you, back in the day when it first came out, one of my favorite teams was the Phoenix Mercury and the Los Angeles Sparks because of Lisa Leslie. So there were certain people I met. Oh my God, the point guard that used to play for them back in the day, the Los Angeles Sparks. Met her through a friend who was in Philadelphia who dated her. So that was an amazing piece for me. But I'm just saying that I can't think of who she was right now. And even some of the old classic people that he's talking about in these leagues, like Cynthia Cooper, Swipes, and Cheryl Swoop.
Yeah, I used to have my Cheryl Swoop shoes.
So stuff like that, like where are they at now? Why are you not talking about them? They are legends of the WNBA league. Yeah, like where is that? I haven't seen nothing about that, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that. I've been doing research, ain't been able to find ish. So I'm gonna keep digging and searching. But again, it could be another issue with male versus female. Who brings in the most money, finances, and different that for us as a country and individuals is concerned compared to what they can do. But it shouldn't be, because no man can be or do anything without the woman, for sure. Whether that's your legacy, moving on with your family, things of that nature. What you just go on. I mean, if you need to have kids, your seed, kingmanship, legacy, whatever that is, she somebody needs to be there. And again, our ancient culture wasn't like that. So this adopted new culture, because of they in control right now, all that needs to change.
All right. And
because that's my thought on that, bro.
All right. And Jamie, I believe you are absolutely right. For a separate issue, yes, if she in fact brought cannabis oil over there, which I think it was probably over 7 grams, you get a harsher penalty. If she broke the law, and she should be held to the extended law, because that's not our laws.
That's not our law.
She's not detained wrongfully. That's what I'm trying to understand where the wrongfully part comes from.
But other people have been over there who broke laws, and America got them back quick.
In Russia, though?
Sure, for sure.
Who, though? I mean, I don't know.
I can't think of nobody off the bat. That's why I haven't chimed in.
Right. But I'm just saying that anywhere over the world, I mean, if we wasn't at war right now,
that's what I'm saying. You know,
they were bought or something. The war is making a difference.
Yeah. I don't think they want to give up that guy too, because that guy is supposed to be very dangerous, and that's where the value thing comes up. I'm like, okay, guy who can blow up a lot of buildings, WNBA. But
anybody can blow up a building. You Google it.
Yeah, but
he was good apparently.
But come on, hey.
Keep in mind this.
Anybody can play basketball though. There's levels to it though.
They both had skills.
Keep in mind this too. She admitted it because she knew that might get her some type of grace. We don't even actually know she did it. It could be a setup.
It could be.
It could be a setup so they could snatch her.
And I mentioned that earlier.
They play dirty.
For sure.
They play dirty.
They can be corrupt. Like we as Americans, we've been depicting of Russia as corrupt for like 37 years.
Yeah.
Anybody knows that. Africa.
Niggas killed Apollo Creed. So, you know.
He was just
niggas killed Apollo Creed.
Sylvester Stallone over there and he can get her back.
Yeah.
Get Rocky from Rocky 4 to go over there. He'll get her back.
For all you know, she may have not done it, and she was advised to just take it and to move the process along.
Yeah, she could have been carried up at the
So why people's always like, she broke the law, she broke the law. How many times in America have people not broke the law and still got messed over?
All right.
And vice versa. But I will tell you this. She's been over there for years playing ball over there.
Mm-hmm.
If they're paying her, right? They know, just like if you want to take over here in the United States, EBT, TANF, whatever that is. People know your business because you allow them in your business. They paid her, so they know her business. When she tried to come through, when she came through, whether she got it from America, whether she got it from over here, they're gonna do the illegal shit in their own country, and it's good. But they knew what she came in with and what she left with, and vice versa. They already knew that. They were just trying to specifically target and hold her up because of this war. Other than that, how many times has she gone across this country lines and done the same thing? She's public, she's social, she's done all this.
They might have let her slide a few times.
Exactly. And that was because of her status, and she's helping the country, building the brand, building this, doing that. But not this time because it's war.
Exactly.
Think about it.
Rules change.
No fairness in love and war, especially war.
Love and war. Yeah.
Poor girl.
So I don't know. I don't see her getting out.
I don't. She's not.
Free my nigga Britney.
I mean, things get really, really bad.
That's all I can say. Free my nigga Britney.
So divorce papers, all that shit gonna be filed in the next 2 years.
What do you think between her and her wife?
Bro, listen to me when I tell you. Russia, China, Japan, none of these other places are lenient on their own culture. What do you think they're gonna do to her, bro?
Right.
And it's because we think our culture is so minimized on certain laws and certain things that it's major over there.
Right.
But they do it all the time. It's just it's not brought out in the public. They got control over their media and certain things that's happening over there. But that's how they make money. You think from pimping the drugs and all that shit ain't over there?
Oh, they got hoes. They got hoes.
For sure.
They got hoes.
Every place do, right?
Yeah, everywhere.
It's called a white Russian.
Well, that just imagine the roles were reversed and somebody from Russia came over here and broke some laws. I'm like, well, in my country, it's actually illegal. So why are y'all so up in arms about it?
They could do that if they were like a diplomat, if they had like, you know what I'm saying, diplomatic immunity.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
But because
I feel like that happens all the time.
just like a regular person, I'm saying, just not like a celebrity, just like a regular person come over here and commit a crime. And like,
I feel like there's plenty of foreigners in our jails.
they stuck like Chuck.
Yeah.
But Britney is not. Well, if you want to consider because of her 3 exes,
Shit, we got niggas in ICE.
yeah, like she's gonna be considered less than desirable, and it's messed up. But it is what it is. Could you imagine if that happened to oh my God, what's that? The New York New York Liberty. What's her name?
Lobo?
Cheryl Miller.
Not Cheryl Miller. You remember the Caucasian chick that was
Sue
Bird.
Sue Bird and all them.
Oh, you talking about recent? Okay, yeah.
It would have been a whole different. I think it'd have been a whole different ball game.
If it was a white
I don't
athlete.
think so. I think it would have been done the same way it's done right now. Maybe she wouldn't been there a whole year, but I think the same outcome.
Right, but see, now it's been extended and extended. Sue would have been out by August.
Probably. In time for Labor Day.
Right. Coming home with the fam. Hey.
4-day weekend in June.
Look, they are going to have a what you call that? A out of prison party. I'm just saying.
Right on the court.
I'm say this though too. I also think, yeah, it does probably matter of your backing. To your point, if there was someone who was from China, and we depend on China for a lot of products. You know, they got a high grossing for their domestic products that they create.
So,
I think they would have a higher bargaining chip than, let's say, maybe Africa. If we had somebody from Africa came and got locked up, they would say unjustly, they were like, what worth are you?
Yeah.
What do you have for us?
Because they take from Africa. We don't trade with Africa. We just take from Africa.
Right. Well, the whole damn world does.
Yeah. The whole world.
I'm just saying,
motherland.
I'm just saying, China, another one that takes from Africa a whole lot too, blood diamonds and stuff like that, and a bunch of other things. But China has us by the balls. This is the same reason why the NBA, who seems to care about social injustices all of a sudden here in America, didn't say a damn thing about the social injustices that would happen in China, because it was like, we don't want to go against them because we'll end up
make a lot of money in China.
Right. And there's a billion people over there that watch this game. And so they'll lose revenue if they lose TV deals over there. So they try to remain as quiet as possible because they
Disney
know.
just got caught up the same way. The executives at Disney.
Right.
Yeah. Right. But, they got caught up because the underlings was the ones that got caught up in the child pornography scam and all that other kind of stuff they had going on in Disney. Yeah. So somebody got to take the domino effect. Somebody got to take the fall. And, if you look at it, and it's a shame, finances shouldn't be the only thing that drive your country. If it was equal rights, if it was equal under the Constitution, if it was equal under everything, a lot of things would not be taking place in the world as it is today. But because people, organizations, entities on that greed and everything else,
that's just the world.
That's why
LeBron would be back here probably, because of his income, how much assets he has, how much he's valued, he's worth. If LeBron James was worth $30,000, he'd be locked in there for the rest of his life.
They wouldn't give a goddamn.
Oh, he'd be done.
Yeah.
Look, he'll be a tax write-off and wipe off his slate.
Not a tax write-off.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's how they look at. I mean, if you look at stuff in capitalism terms, if you ain't banking over this, you ain't doing that, or even in your liability, not an asset.
Well,
and that's
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was gonna say something.
No, but that's the difference. Our people, culture-wise, have been low on the totem pole even when we had money. So you could imagine if you ain't make no money, or you wasn't what they deemed prosperity in this society. You ain't contributing. You're not contributing, not even from the wealth aspect, but you're not contributing to their stronghold on control in the U.S.
Well, see, you got to look at worth like this. I ain't trying to get all conspiracy theory on y'all, but the United States did become a corporation. We are a legal corporation. The whole country is.
Yeah.
And that's when birth certificates started. Now, if you go on the worldwide, not just the U.S., but the worldwide stock exchange, like the real one, I don't think it's the one you can just access, the one you have to get special access to. And you put your social security number in there, you have a value because you're expected to make a certain amount of money for this corporation while you're alive. And just like with ships, and they come in, the birthing area, they bring the goods in from other countries. That's why you have a birth certificate, because once you break from that water, you are part of this corporation. And if you get that birth certificate, they expect you to make a certain amount. You have a value.
It's pretty much
and
like
if you put your
so how come
security number, you have a value.
So if they do that, how come we can't get nothing back from it?
Some people have went to court and tried to do it.
Texas.
Some people have tried to sue for their value and leave the country forever.
Yeah. Well, we need to keep on doing it.
But just know if you do that, you never, ever coming back. Yeah. And then they're going to.
And that's okay. I can do that. But another thing too,
I really like.
You're talking about black folk. Black is just something they made up. But if you talk about Native American Indian stuff, if we all go under the Native American situation, we might be able to get reparations. I'm just saying.
Not gonna happen. They're not gonna bankrupt this whole company, company, because so it's not a country.
Even if they don't bankrupt it, but you need to give something.
They would not be able to. The value you have to look at.
No, because you can send billions overseas for some bullshit. For your interest.
I want reparations. Don't even get me wrong. I want them.
They want to send something for their interest.
Our reparations came in 2020. That was COVID.
Nah, that was not. That was everybody reparation.
I bet you they don't call it reparation though. I bet
it's not
reparation.
No, but they should have put that under the contract.
They didn't. They got reparations dealing with us.
They already admitted that they would never.
That's false advertisement. They would be sued for that.
Who gonna sue them? How they gonna sue themselves?
Class action, bro.
I say that'll be the biggest class action lawsuit.
Goddamn right. Let's go.
That's a whole school.
Let's go.
All right. Let's get back. Now, LeBron James, you done made Alexa Lee. LeBron James recently came out on his barbershop show. What is that? I forgot what the show was called, but he's got a show where he's got people that is supposed to resemble a barbershop when they talk about certain subjects, kind of like what we're doing now, except everybody tends to agree with him, so it's not really a barbershop like show.
Yeah, because why would anybody disagree with everything?
All right. But he said if he was Britney Griner, he's not even sure if he wanted to come back to the U.S.
But not under the jail conditions.
Yeah,
that sounded profound. I know he thought that was like, did he tweet that? Was that a tweet?
No, he said that on his show.
Okay. All right. I know he thought that sounded profound, and it did a little bit, but yeah, she's in jail. She's in a Russian jail, LeBron.
And that ain't the sweetest, kindest place ever, bro.
Yeah, she's black and gay and female in a Russian jail.
Yeah,
and you think them soldiers in there ain't going to tap that ass, front and back, mouth, everything?
And she partly famous, so they gonna fuck with her even more because they know she got leverage on the outside. But they're gonna try to break her down even more. Like I know America sucks, But I would rather, like, anywhere is better than jail in any country. I'd
I'd
go to
rather suck
Canada.
in America
Yeah, like
than anywhere else.
I'll go to Canada. I'd go to Canadian jail. I feel like it's really nice. That's the only jail. Like if this was Canadian jail, we'd be having a whole different conversation. Then you can stay there. Because I feel like they probably have like a work release program.
Right.
Like knitting classes or something.
Yeah.
And LT, could you imagine her if she went if she was in Africa somewhere?
Do they have jail in Africa?
Yo, them soldiers would have been taxing her
Oh my God.
every chance they got.
She looked like she can fight, so I hope.
Hey, no. She cannot fight. She can't fight.
She can't do nothing to the Zulu
All them soldiers.
Not the Zulu.
No. That's funny, right? But I mean, just the fact that if there was no value for her, and she might not even tell, she would go back home and try to work through it later. But, and not saying it's not happening to her where she is in Russia, but you got a program up top, and you got the soldiers. You got soldiers under leadership, right?
Mm-hmm.
So under the captains and whoever they is they got, there's a lot of things that be happening to these people, whether they was in Russia, Africa, in these states, and they could be they knocking her drawers out.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh my God.
no. I'm just saying. Look, she's a prisoner of war right now.
POW.
She behind walls, and they say if you talk about this shit, or you try to go on camera and do this, like you will have no chance to get out of here ever in your fucking goddamn life. So I'm telling you, and some people just like you said, they'll pick at you and do certain things to torment you. And I mean, it's just the way it goes. You're a prisoner of war, anything can happen to you. In regular jail, anything can happen to you. What do you think will happen over there? They don't care about her.
Or she's 60 days in.
Yeah. So
no, she more than that.
Yeah. It's February.
Damn. She 187 days in. However long.
Woo, yeah, no.
I didn't quite understand. I mean, because to me, there's two things wrong that's going on right now. You see all the protests that are out there, and they're saying free Britney. She's wrongfully detained, whatever. Russia.
No, she's rightfully detained.
Right, but when Russia sees that, they're thinking you're poking the bear pretty much. We're like, you're going against what we do over here. These are our laws. We can hold her longer. Y'all need to chill and calm down.
Change the narrative.
Right. But then on the other side, where LeBron says this, I'm like, well, I don't know about come back America because, I don't think America's doing enough. They're doing something now. I'm not saying they're doing enough. They're doing something, but you keep telling somebody that is trying to do something for you and you tell them they're not doing enough, they're going to feel unappreciated. And they're going to be like, all right.
Like forget you.
Yeah,
whatever.
We'll take our time then if that's what you think.
Oh.
But they used to do that anyway.
Right. But now even slower. They're going to move like dial-up internet.
It's slow.
And you know what disturbed me the most? They have another guy who's been in Russian prison for years. Oh my God, I can't. You know why I can't think of his name? Because he ain't like us. So yeah, whatever the guy name is, he been over there for mad years for some other treasonous crime.
Was it the United States? That's in Russia?
Caucasian guy.
Okay.
And they trying to tie their two cases in together. Outrage. But I respect that to a degree. Why? Because now they tying somebody to it that they value a little bit more. That may be able to help her. So, but it's not on a political or legal aspect. It's on a public outcry. In this day and age, public outcry and response counts almost or just as much as a political in our states, but over somewhere else, it don't count as much because they don't give a damn anyway.
They don't like us as citizens.
For sure. So if it was here, it's something different, but it may count as, a +1, but I don't see it doing anything to move anything right or left because they're like, yo, we got who we got. What you gonna do? And yeah. So you want to trade for that dude who we consider a traitor, or you want to trade her or him? So
we got your man.
So if you your man's in there. So if you would have put them two together, who are they gonna take? Woo-wee. I'm just saying. It's allegedly. I'm just saying though.
All right, y'all. We're gonna come to a close on this for tonight. For Hostile Therapy, appreciate y'all for tuning in and talking about these crazy subjects, whether they pertain to you or not.
All over the world.
All over the world. Appreciate Chris Styles.
Yo.
Plug the book again right quick. Go ahead.
All right. So what everybody want to do for everything that I have going on right now, from my book to my publishing company, mentorship, public notary, everything that I have going on right now, go to www.cayenterprises.com. And that's not the one E, CACAYE, enterprises.com. You will find everything there as far as what I have and what I have going on. And this is a beautiful thing too. But I will say go to www.King's Closet. When I say Kings, start with a K, KINGS KLOSET 594.com. I'm on there modeling menswear to look sexy for the ladies, and that and the third, and even butches who trying to look sexy for the ladies, and you ain't in no white beaters, and you ain't in your shorts and all that stuff. The men too, you ain't in your shorts and
shorts.
You know what I mean? Look, sometimes it's time to step it up. You go on vacation, you do whatever.
Yeah, wear jerseys on vacation.
Yeah, jerseys and stuff like that. Like, yo, it's time to step your game up. Look at King's Closet 594.com. King's Closet, double K's, not C's. All right. Do that. Go on there and represent. I'm on Instagram, Satori804. I'm on there as that, and also as author Chris Allen. So that's the places you can catch me, get up at. If anybody's in the Virginia area, you love cornhole, 6423 Iron Bridge Road on Wednesday evenings. We got spades, we got dominoes, family. We got cornhole action going on from 6:30 to 11. And that's how we doing it. There is a $10 donation that you come in with, so we can make sure that we pay for the building and the operational expenses and things like that. But that's what we do. One.
That's what's up. What's up, Lord Trent? Got something you want to put out again? I know you did at the beginning, but we can do it again.
Well, yeah, I'll just throw everything out there. You know what I'm saying? Again, holler at me, the Fayed Villain, super villain, Fayetteville. You see how it goes together. You know, it's like poetry. It rhymes. The Fayed Villain all across all platforms, YouTube, TikTok. Follow me on Apple and Spotify for the podcast. More episodes coming soon. More videos coming soon. Oh, I just got a new deck of cards. So if you need readings, crystals, your tarot's done, come to me. I'm a black male witch. We call that a warlock.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, I got some gunshots. And boom. So yeah, about, boom. I like those gunshots even better. But yeah, holla at me on all platforms. More content, more creation. Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is not about 9/11.
What's up?
All right. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming on and debating this stuff up here and get some hostile therapy. Not because you want it, but because you need it.
Eat it.
We'll see y'all next Thursday, 7 p.m. sharp. Peace.